Yo, what's the word, everybody? How are y'all feeling? How are y'all doing? Welcome back to another State of the WWE, where I talk all of the wrestling news in and around the world of WWE. I got some topics of my own that I want to get into. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Remember, subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/JTTakeover. Rate the podcast 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, where you get your audio content. And remember, it's just pro wrestling. It's not that serious.
Welcome to... You're listening to the Wrestling Takeover. What is your name? With your host, Jordan Turner, who's always going to keep it real.
Come on, King.
Inside and outside the ring.
Let me make myself clear.
He's got the fans behind him, King.
It's time to take over, King.
Are you ready?
He's all fired up now, King. The takeover.
Let's go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We back in this thing, man. We are back. Welcome, everybody, to another video of the Wrestling Takeover podcast. Welcome, everybody, to the official state of the WWE. I'm your host, Jordan Turner. And like I said, if you guys already are subscribed to the YouTube channel, I appreciate it. If you're brand new to the podcast, number one, welcome. I appreciate everybody listening. If you're new, I give you guys up-to-date in thoughts, in real time, honest, unbiased, just great opinions about the WWE product. And this is the official state of the WWE, where I talk about all of the wrestling news from WWE. I break it down. I give you guys my opinion. There's also topics that during the week, as Monday Night Raw, SmackDown are going, that I feel like I want to talk about. And I have a couple of them. I also have been going into the social media sphere and looking at other people's opinions about the WWE, certain topics, and I gather those as well. And then I react to them on the pod. So I want to appreciate everybody who is listening to the Wrestling Takeover podcast. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. It means the world. And listen, we're going to get into it. And we're going to start off with Jey Uso. We are going to start off with Jey Uso. Somebody who is very, I would say, popular. I will also say somebody who is very controversial, not on his end, but just the way he's presented, his wrestling, all of that. And the reason why I'm saying all of this is because I am about to give my opinion on Jey Uso. I am going to read, because he commented on just the reception that he's been receiving from the wrestling community online. And a lot of people, I feel like, are not a fan of Jey Uso. And they're voicing their opinion, which everybody has the right to voice their opinion. Let's not get that confused. They have every right to voice their opinion. They have every right to, give their opinion. And Jey Uso is somebody I feel is trying to be a main eventer in reality, just from a fan's point of view. I don't know if you guys agree or not, but from my point of view, he's a tag team wrestler trying to be a singles wrestler. Respectfully, that's my opinion. And I know that might be kind of harsh. Some might say disrespectful. I don't think I'm being disrespectful. I'm just giving you guys my personal, opinion on Jey Uso. I'm gonna read this. This came from Raw Recap. And this report is actually coming from Cultaholic Wrestling. Jey Uso says he is tired of being called just an entrance. Now, before I read that, I'm going to give you guys my opinion before I read it. Even though I just gave you guys my opinion, I'm going to go a little bit more, into it. Talking about the layers of it, right? And I personally feel like Jey Uso is just an entrance. Quite frankly, I'm over his entrance. I don't care about his entrance. The yeet, I'm over it. But the crowd seems to really enjoy it, and that's great. The problem that I personally have with the whole shtick is that it goes on way too long. Let's get through the match. The bell needs to ring, and let's get it popping. But no, we got to continuously listen to Jey Uso's theme. And the fans going up and down, that's cool. Like, I'm with that 100%. It's cool. I'm just over it, though. And I think it's been played out by a lot of people, within the wrestling community. People are over the Jey Uso stick. Now, there's a vast majority of people who are still fans of the shtick, and that's cool. That's fine. But there's other people like myself who are over it. It is what it is. Two different sides of the spectrum. You got some over here who are not fans of it anymore, don't really care about it. And then you got fans on the other side who are, they're fans of it still. They're doing the yeet chant, all that. And that's cool. But for me, he's a tag team wrestler trying to be a singles wrestler. And I'm trying to come off as respectful as I can, because I don't like to take, personal jabs against, professional wrestlers. That's not me. That's not what I do. I'm just here to be honest and give you guys my honest opinion on certain topics. And this is a topic that I'm going to give my honest opinion about. So that's my piece on that. It's my opinions on it. Let me know in the comments down below. What are your guys' thoughts on Jey Uso? Are you tired of the shtick? Are you not? Are you a fan of Jey Uso? Are you liking that Jey Uso is still competing in the singles ranks? Let me know. Now, I want to read what Jey Uso had to say. He talked about how he's being tired of being just called an entrance. Okay? This is what he had to say. I still have fun. I still throw a party every Monday. I still like the kids. This is why he's still over. This is why he's still beloved. He's beloved by the kids. I love Jey Uso. No shame in Jey Uso at all. Get your main event Jey Uso. Get your yeet in there. I'm cool with that. It's just me as a fan to you, from me to you, I'm over the shtick. That's it. Nothing else. Ain't that serious. He continued, I still yeet with him. It's just when the bell rings, I've got to switch modes now. I'm tired of people saying I'm just an entrance. Jey Uso, respectfully, sir, you are just an entrance. That's just my opinion. He said he's tired of just being called just an entrance or whatever, people say. I don't have skills to hold it down up top. So I just want to switch modes, I might be going back to the old ways of thinking, bloodline ways, but that mentality got the job done. This kind of sounded like a tweener response. And the reason why I say tweener, and the reason why I really wanted to start off with that Jey Uso conversational topic and bring it up as a discussion, is because it's real recent. A lot of people genuinely feel that Jey Uso isn't cutting it in the ring. I don't see Jey Uso as a main event talent. on the level of a CM Punk or a Seth Rollins or a Roman Reigns. I just don't. And I don't need to really explain myself, but I love to really go analytical and really give you a reason as to why I'm not a fan of Jey Uso as a main event talent. I miss the Usos. And I'm not trying to come off as, oh, you're just being selfish because you miss the Usos and you want the Usos to come back together. Okay, that's a part of it, yes, but that's not the main course. I genuinely don't see Jey Uso as a main event talent. Just because his nickname is Main Event Jey Uso, that's tough, by the way. That don't mean shit. That don't mean nothing to me. Okay? When he stands in the ring with CM Punk, come on. You know what I mean? And I know he's trying and he's doing his best. God bless him. But just to me, I just don't see it. And that's my stance on it. That's my opening monologue about Jey Uso. And I wanted to talk about that topic first before I get into everything else. I want to talk about Rhea Ripley. And I'm going to intertwine WrestleMania into this because I want to bring up a great topic of discussion for you guys. Curious to get your thoughts and opinions on it. WrestleMania 42, we all know is coming up, and people are trying to come up with what would be the best top-tier championship matches, world title matches for WrestleMania. You got the 2 women's world title matches, and then you got the 2 men's world title matches. What should happen? Who should compete in those? What should go down? I first want to talk about Rhea Ripley. And I'm going to enter because Rhea Ripley is in this WrestleMania discussion. But I want to hold that off just for a brief moment in time. And I want to kind of rant. Not really rant, scream and hollering. Because when you hear somebody say, I'm a rant, they're going to scream, they're going to shout, they're going to do everything. I ain't going to do that. There's no reason for me to do that. But you're going to hear me, though. You understand? You're going to hear me. And I think Triple H and the WWE creative team, and the reason why I'm bringing up this Rhea Ripley talk is because this has been going on for about a week now, and it's really going into high gear following Monday Night Raw and people's perception of Rhea Ripley, and people backing her in terms of, she's like one of the biggest megastars in the game. Why wasn't she on the WWE, WrestleMania hype package? People were complaining about that. I actually have a tweet regarding that, and it reads as follows. Let's check this out. So this is coming on Twitter of Cherry on Twitter. She puts out, they couldn't even invite top tier stars like Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch, Jade Cargill, etc. to be in this. Shaking my head. What is she talking about? She's talking about the new official promotional poster commercial for WrestleMania 42 that featured Triple H, Paul Heyman, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, Cody Rhodes, and CM Punk. There wasn't any women in this. That's an issue. That's the issue, number one. Number two, Rhea Ripley. I don't know what WWE is lack of enthusiasm with Rhea Ripley now. At one moment, she's being pushed down our throats, woo, whatever. Now, she's not really being pushed, and fans are having a problem with it. Wrestling fans are very, very fickle, respectfully. Wrestling fans are fickle. For me as a fan, when I say something and I'm feeling a type of way, I'm feeling that type of way. I'm not changing my mind on nothing. when I tweet. That's my immediate opinion. When I go a little bit more in depth on my show, the tweet that I put out previously, I still feel that way, but I'm just going a little bit more in depth into it. But majority of wrestling fans are very fickle. They change their mind on a constant. WWE is utilizing or isn't utilizing the star power of Rhea Ripley properly. I found this on TikTok and I wanted to respond to it. So I'm going to play this clip. You guys seem to love the TikToks when I respond to certain TikTok videos of WWE. I'm going to continue to bring those to you guys. But let's check out this TikTok. I am very curious to see your guys' thoughts and opinions on it.
On the real gist, time we had that talk about Rhea Ripley. There is no other wrestler on this planet Earth that can go to a non-wrestling event and receive one of the loudest ovations of the night. Man,
That's facts. That's facts. You look at the landscape of women's wrestling in WWE right now, who's their biggest star? Rhea Ripley. Who gets the loudest reactions? Rhea Ripley. But wrestling fans are you pushing Rhea Ripley down our throats with the woo, whatever. I didn't feel that way, personally. You understand? I didn't feel that way. Many people did. So WWE stopped doing it. And now people are saying, where's Rhea Ripley? Y'all niggas are fickle, man. Y'all niggas are fickle. Come on, man. Let's continue.
she's not in movies, she's not in music videos, she's none of that. Her main exposure is professional wrestling. So it's safe to say she's the face of pro wrestling right now.
Is she the face of pro wrestling? I'm going to say yes and no. If we're talking individuality, one person, that's still Roman Reigns. Respectfully. That's still Roman Reigns. If we want to be very meticulous and really direct, it's John Cena because he's still around. It's John Cena because he's still around. But it's Roman Reigns, right? Rhea Ripley is a part of that. So if you want to say multiple, Rhea Ripley is definitely in that discussion. Women's performers, Rhea Ripley is the face of women's wrestling. If we're going to be changing the category here, who's the face of women's wrestling in the WWE? Come on, man. It's Rhea Ripley. Hands down. 100%. It's Rhea Ripley. Right? Let's keep the peace. You feel me? Let's keep it P. All right? It's Rhea Ripley. I know that. I don't know if anybody else knows that. Y'all might have different opinions on it. It is what it is. But Rhea Ripley is the face. I don't know what WWE is doing with Rhea Ripley, but I do not like it. Let's continue.
Not just the women's division, not just WWE, pro wrestling in general. And that's a tough.
Okay. He's talking about pro wrestling in general. I see where he's coming from. I can see that. I can see that. Rhea Ripley, we all agree, is extremely popular. I mean, her popularity has not dimmed at all. It's actually gotten even higher. It's crazy.
Burden to carry for somebody who only been on the main roster for 4 years. But me personally, I ain't never seen nobody that's just a pro wrestler get that type of ovation at a non-wrestling event. John Cena could get that type of pop, right? But he been in movies. He's been doing this for 20-something years. The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin. The only other person that could do that right now is Roman Reigns. But
I completely agree. It's Roman Reigns, bro. If you want to look at it right now in terms of fan reception, fan crowd, going outside of WWE, it's Rhea Ripley and it's Roman Reigns.
He doing that right now. Rhea Ripley got it, bro. So it's time we put her in the top 5. I know y'all want to keep Trish Stratus up there, Mickie James. But for real, G, it's time we put her in that spot, either 1, 2, or 3. Because you ain't never seen a women's pro wrestler with this type of reach. Without the Playboy shoots, without the leaked videos, Rhea Ripley got it, G. She got it. It's still just mind-boggling she only been on the main roster for 4 years.
Yeah, that's nuts. Yeah, that's nuts. That 4-year seeing is crazy. She's extremely popular. You know, people want to see her. And I'm going to keep it tall. Listen, y'all might not like what I'm going to say. I'm going to talk about WrestleMania right now. Top matches, top world title matches that I want to see at WrestleMania 42. Let's get it. All right, y'all. We're going to talk about mommy, bro. Listen, Stephanie Vaquer. Come on, man. Come on, man. You know, La Primera versus mommy. We need that. We need that. Stephanie Vaquer needs to hold the title all the way to WrestleMania. I don't give a damn what anybody says. They've been teasing it for so long. Rhea Ripley, Stephanie Vaquer. What's going to happen? We've been teasing it. They've been teasing it and teasing it and teasing it. Now, does Rhea Ripley win women's Royal Rumble? Does she win the Chamber? I'm going to keep it tall. Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley are going to either win the Women's Elimination Chamber or the Women's Royal Rumble. I'm calling it right now. Now, if I'm booking and if I have to pin, I am doing Rhea Ripley versus Stephanie Vaquer for the Women's World title. Simple. Like, that ain't even a question. And I know Liv Morgan's coming back. I love Liv Morgan. She's doing the best work of her entire WWE career. But you need to think of the best possible match to put asses in seats. And people want La Primera and they want mommy. They want Rhea Ripley and they want Stephanie Vaquer. 1v1. And we need to make that happen. Triple H, your creativity is dog shit right now, bro. It's dog shit right now. I'm going to keep it P with y'all. Y'all want that honesty. Y'all want that raw energy. Yeah, nigga. His fucking creative right now is not good. It's not good. You constantly are teasing Vaquer and Ripley. People want to see it. So give it to us. You're in Las Vegas. Come on. It's right. It is right in front of you. Hold it out. Have Stephanie Vaquer facing Nikki Bella. Speaking of Nikki Bella, I took it upon myself on social media. You guys can follow me on Twitter at JT Takeover. I took it upon myself to pitch a little idea with Nikki Bella and Stephanie Vaquer. Nikki Bella, she's having a little run right now. She's doing her thing. She wants that women's championship. She's friends with Stephanie Vaquer. Cool. Nikki Bella wants one last title run. Stephanie Vaquer is owning it. A friend of hers, right? Bet. Turn heel on Stephanie Vaquer and have a feud with Vaquer going into the fall and winter months. And then once we turn the page, let's get it going. Vaquer and Ripley need to be the plan for WrestleMania 42. I don't care what other person you're going to name. Respectfully, I don't. It needs to be Rhea Ripley, and it needs to be Stephanie Vaquer. That's the biggest women's match that you can do right now. If you really want to be honest, that's the biggest women's match that WWE honestly can really bolster up, because it seems like they're not going to do a WWE draft. So if we're looking at where we're at right now, you feel me? Where we're at right now, where we're at currently, right? Ripley and Vaquer is the decision that needs to go down. And that's my opinion. That's my opinion. I'm curious to know how you guys, are feeling about it. Let me know if you want to see Vaquer and Ripley. I feel just that needs to be the match. That's just my opinion on where I stand on it. I personally feel that needs to be the match for WrestleMania. Vaquer and Ripley. So let me know what you guys think about it, man. Let me know. Talk to me. So outside of that match, the other women's match, and this is for the women's WWE Championship at WrestleMania. Jade Cargill turned heel. I think it's time to get that title off of Tiffany Stratton. I feel like we're nearing the halfway point of the WWE. Title changes can happen abruptly. We understand that. Triple H in the creative team. Please listen. Or somebody in WWE. If you give that title to Jade Cargill and she wins it at Saturday night's main event and she becomes a new women's champion, I said it before and I'll say it again. And I will continue to say it. If she wins that title with Saturday night's main event, she needs to hold it all the way to WrestleMania, number one. Number two, she needs to be the female version of Brock Lesnar when Brock Lesnar beat The Undertaker's streak and went on a dominant, and I mean dominant run, right, as the champ. Dominant run. After he beat, Taker at WrestleMania 30, he beat John Cena very quickly, and he held that title for a very long time. Jade Cargill needs to take the blueprint of that dominant run of Brock Lesnar. But in terms of, personality and charisma and all that, she needs to take Roman Reigns' blueprint. So a combination of inside of the ring, Brock Lesnar, the blueprint of Brock Lesnar inside the ring. Outside the ring, promos, mannerism, all that shit. She needs to take elements of Roman Reigns. Jade Cargill versus Bianca Belair is the biggest women's match that you can do, and I understand that people want Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair one-on-one at WrestleMania. I believe that women's match, that's the other women's match that I could see main event night 1 or night 2 at WrestleMania. I do believe that. Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair. Simple. But I don't think that needs to be where we're going. Vaquer and Ripley for the women's world title. Bianca Belair. If it's Rhea Ripley winning the Rumble or Bianca Belair winning the Chamber or vice versa, it don't matter to me. Jade Cargill versus Bianca Belair needs to be for the women's championship. So you got Rhea Ripley and Rhea Ripley and Stephanie Vaquer for the women's world title. And then you have Jade Cargill versus Bianca Belair for the women's championship. Those needed to the big women's matches at WrestleMania for the world titles. For the men, what about the men? What about the men, man? Let's talk about it. So, I seen somebody on social media talking about this poster of Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, Triple H, Brock Lesnar, CM Punk, right? And people were suggesting that we are going to get Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns 3 and CM Punk versus Brock Lesnar. Honestly, if those two are the matches that we get at WrestleMania, I get Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes a part 3 I totally understand that. And that's something that does make sense. CM Punk versus Brock Lesnar would be great. It really would be great. Trust me. I understand that. So if that's the plan, cool. I'm fine with it. I'm going to watch anyway. But I don't know if that's the plan. People are on social media, of course, just analyzing everything, seeing it for what it is, and they're immediately saying either Brock Lesnar versus Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Brock Lesnar, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns are going to be the night 1, night 2 main events. And for me personally, if that happens, like, okay, if that happens, it's cool. But for me personally, number one, I don't know where Seth Rollins is going to end up. I don't know if Seth Rollins is going to be at WrestleMania. I have no idea. So I'm just going to start just throwing out ideas right now. I'm going to just start throwing out some ideas. For me, I would have Roman Reigns versus Braun Breaker at WrestleMania. I would have Braun Breaker win the World Heavyweight Championship and face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. That's just me. All right? That is just me. I'm just one person. Okay? So that is something that I feel needs to be talked about. I feel that needs to be in conversation. Like for real talk. You know? I think that needs to be in conversation. I think people need to really bring that up as a possibility, right? With Roman Reigns versus Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker, new generation versus, old generation. Old top guy versus new top guy. And I think Roman Reigns and Braun Breaker can do wonders. I think it makes sense. And I think this is something that I think will do big business. So I'm doing Roman Reigns versus Braun Breaker for the World Heavyweight Championship. I am assuming Seth Rollins is not making WrestleMania. What's the WWE Championship? I'm having CM Punk or Roman Reigns, one of the two. It's just like Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. It doesn't matter. One of them won the Rumble, one of them won the Chamber. It don't matter. Roman Reigns versus Braun Breaker for the World Heavyweight title. Braun Breaker will be champion by WrestleMania. Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk. Seth Rollins. Why do I keep saying Seth Rollins? CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes. CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. That's what I'm doing. So you got those two matches for the men and those two matches for the women. That is star-studded. Just 4 major championship matches. Belair versus Cargill. Bakar versus Ripley. Reigns versus Breaker. Rhodes versus Punk. You can't get any better than that. Undercard, I would have AJ Lee versus Roxanne Perez for the women's IC title. I would have Brock Lesnar versus Gunther. Pick your poison after that. I would have to really get in depth into that, and I'm not going to do that on this show or on this video. So let me know how y'all feeling about it. Like I said, we could get Brock Lesnar, versus CM Punk, and then we can also get Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. Typically, WWE would probably do that. This was probably the plan all along, staring us in the face, and we're going to get Punk and Lesnar, and then we're going to get Reigns and Cody Rhodes. And if that is, cool, fine. I want something new, though. I want a new blood. I want new matches. But if that don't happen, it is what it is. But you got Gunther and Brock Lesnar right there, and you ain't going to do it. And in Vegas, you didn't do it last year. You going to do it this year? Come on, yo. You have it right there. Let's make it happen. Punk CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, Braun Breaker, Brock Lesnar, Gunther, AJ Lee, Roxanne Perez, Stephanie Vaquer, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, and Jade Cargill. You can't get any better than that. Shout out to, WWE. Listen, I want to be a writer too, man. Like, I got some ideas too. Come on, man. Let me know, Triple H. But those are the matches that I'm thinking of. I'm curious to get your guys' perspective on it. So let me know. Bill Goldberg disrespects Asuka. This was interesting, man. Goldberg is, for me, I lost respect for him after the performance with The Fiend, and knowing that he could have changed plans, but he decided he didn't want to. Very narcissistic of him to do that, and it is what it is. But I will come to his defense in terms of the way he was finishing up, I would say, when his retirement run was going on in WWE. I feel like they rushed it. His last match on Saturday Night's Main Event, they didn't really give a fuck about it. I'm just keeping it real, respectfully. They didn't care. And Goldberg talked about that. He was being honest about it. You feel me? And I want to, give him credit for being honest about it. And I want to kind of come to his defense regarding that situation. Now, this situation, this nigga tripping. This nigga's tripping, man. Bill Goldberg going out, just talking and talking. So Bill Goldberg states that WWE had some girl surpass his undefeated streak on purpose. On purpose? Who was he talking to? Let's get into it. Some girl at WWE, this is what Bill Goldberg said. Some girl at WWE, they did it on purpose. I have nothing against the girl by any means, but yeah. First of all, who's the girl? Who is he talking about? We're going to get into it because she tweeted out her opinion about it. I was a part of WCW when we were kicking their ass in the Monday Night Wars. I didn't know what was going on at the time. I was just one of those sides. Now, one side dissolves and the other one consumes everything. So they can treat everyone and everything the way they want. He's talking about WWE and their system. I think there is always going to be the bird in the ass that I was a part of a company where I was the champion in a very short period of time and where we were beating them in the ratings. So he's assuming that WWE is still upset about it. That's happened with Sting and Triple H and WrestleMania 31. Triple H and WWE still are not over that, and that's why they had Triple H beat Sting. That's understandable. I kind of felt the same way. This right here, I understand where he's coming from. But not mentioning this woman's name is nuts to me. We're talking about Asuka here. Asuka commented. Asuka gave her opinion. She put out, the Empress of Tomorrow put out. Shout out to Asuka. Love Asuka. Goldberg's comments about me are all over the news right now, but honestly, I'm not bothered by it at all. What he said came from his own perspective. I like how she's taking the professional route. Shout out to Asuka. His own perspective, and that's fine. So there's really no need to make such a big deal out of it. Listen to my psychologic. It's not about what I accomplish. It's about what I try to create. Psychologic and vision. That's where the real value is. I don't find meaning in anything without beauty. I've attached every record, every title, but those are just milestones. What really matters is opening a new era, creating the moment that separates before Asuka and after Asuka. Having the power to create a new era, that's where true value best lies and the beauty exists. I don't chase records or championships. They're the ones that come to me. That's not enough art in this world. Very professional comment by Asuka. Very professional comment by Asuka. Goldberg's just giving his opinion, man. It is what it is. He's still bitter. He's still upset with the way WWE treated him, and WWE kind of just like threw him to the wolves. That's understandable. That's understandable. And And I get it. I really get it. So it is what it is. You know, it is. So let's move on. Let's get into a new topic. Cody Rhodes. I'm going to keep this short and sweet and just give you guys my opinion on it. I feel like, honestly, Cody Rhodes' title reign really has not been good. Again, that's just... I really don't know what WWE's obsession is with not making Cody Rhodes' title reigns very memorable. I'm at a point now where, I'm going to say this is my opinion. I'm at a point now where it kind of seems like they just want to stat pack Cody Rhodes' title runs and not give him memorable reigns. That's what happened to Charlotte Flair. She had no memorable reigns, but they kept giving her the championship. I kind of feel the same way with Cody Rhodes right now, respectfully. His title reigns have not been that interesting to me. The feud with Drew McIntyre seems rushed. I feel we need a title change, personally, with some direction with Cody Rhodes. I think a heel turn needs to come in, or just a tweak in the character of the American Nightmare. But I personally am pulling for Drew McIntyre. We need new direction in SmackDown. And the head of the card needs to be with Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre needs to win the World Heavyweight Championship, or the WWE Heavyweight Championship. I just personally feel like he needs to win the title, because I think Cody Rhodes just has not been doing anything with the world title. That's just how I feel about it. That's how I feel. And, you know, I know a lot of people actually feel the same way. But I'm here to speak up about it and give you guys, you know, my opinion. Yeah, Cody Rhodes is great. He's popular. I love Cody Rhodes, man. He's great. But his title reigns have not been that great. And that's WWE's fault, not Cody Rhodes. So I think Drew McIntyre desperately does need a win for his perception, his aura. There's just direction right now. It's like Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill turned heel. Drew McIntyre turned heel. Why are they going to turn heel and not win the championship when they're challenging for him? So if Drew McIntyre and Jade Cargill do not walk out at Saturday night's main event as new champions, WWE Creative is honestly clueless. They're clueless. They're very clueless if Jade Cargill and Drew McIntyre do not walk out at Saturday night's main event as the champions. Speaking of Saturday night's main event, let's talk about Saturday night's main event. Saturday night's main event is actually going to be very exciting. It's going to be actually very fun. We got Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre. Again, I feel that Drew McIntyre needs to win the title. He's a heel. He just turned heel. He can't challenge and then immediately lose. And then I just feel like Cody Rhodes just needs a character shift or something different. And I think him losing the championship and him, I'm going to be honest, Cody Rhodes is better at chasing the championship than holding the championship. That's just me. I felt that way for a cool minute now. I've just been kind of waiting to say it. Now, I'm going to say it now. He's a better chaser than a champion. That's just me. I'm pulling for Drew McIntyre. But I love Cody Rhodes. I love Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany time all the time. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know the vibes. But Jade Cargill, I feel, needs to win that championship. We have Rusev. We have Dominic Mysterio. And we have Penta. Seattle Miato. I think we're going to get a new champion, I believe. And I think Finn Balor is going to have something to do with it. And I think we're going to get a feud between Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio. After Dominic loses the title, I think the championship needs to go to Penta. And then we can get a feud between Penta and Rusev for the IC title. But a feud between Dominic Mysterio and Finn Balor would be very interesting for the IC title. I don't think that's going to happen. Maybe it does. I don't know. I'm just talking. But I could see a new champion regarding the IC title. CM Punk and Jey Uso, for me, should not be world champion. I think that world championship should go to Braun Breaker. And Braun Breaker hold it all the way to WrestleMania to face Roman Reigns. That's me personally. But we're here where we're at. I do not want Jey Uso to win the world title. His world title was not good. It was disappointing. I just don't see him as world champion caliber material. But he's been champion. That's fine. He's been champion. That's cool. But I never saw him as world champion material even when he won the title. And also even when he was challenging for the title. Just my opinion on it. CM Punk, again, I don't even feel like he should win it either. I think that title should go to Braun Breaker. Personally. I think it should go to Braun Breaker. So if CM Punk wins, he's going to have a short reign. Maybe not. Maybe he holds it all with WrestleMania. Who knows? But I do see CM Punk winning this title. And I think Jimmy Uso is going to cost Jey Uso the championship. And we're going to get a feud between Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso once again. I do not see Jey Uso walking out of Saturday Night's Main Event the world champion. I don't see him beating CM Punk, even though he tapped out Gunther. It's so crazy. I still can't get over that. I can't get over the Fiend losing the Goldberg. R.I.P. Wyndham Rotunda. And I can't get over Goldberg tapping out to Jey Uso. Just crazy times, man. That tap out to Jey Uso from Gunther is on the same prevalent of Goldberg beating the Fiend. How pissed off I was. I was genuinely pissed. It is what it is, man. Whatever. But I'm going with Jade Cargill. I'm going with CM Punk. I'm going to go with Penta. We'll go with Penta. I don't know what other matches are going to happen on the show. Oh, Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes. My bad. I'm going with Drew McIntyre. But those are the only matches that I do know of taking place. Are we going to get multiple new champions at Saturday Night's Main Event? I personally feel WWE needs to make a splash right now because from a creative side of things, the product is not interesting. The product is not exciting. I have not seen this many people talk just negatively, but it's not just negatively. It's just disappointment with the WWE product right now. The product is not popping. There's some great elements like Jade Cargill's heel turn, but it's not a lot of things that's going on right now. Randy Orton might get involved with Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes. Who knows? You know what I mean? So I could see interference by Jimmy Uso. I could see interference by, Randy Orton and Finn Balor and their separate matches. So Saturday Night's Main Event is going to be really, really interesting as we get into November and Survivor Series. So let me know how y'all feeling about it. Thank you guys so much for staying tuned to the State of the WWE. This is the Wrestling Takeover Podcast, the most creative and honest podcast in the wrestling space. We keep it real 24/7, 365 days a year, talking all things WWE. Remember, it's just pro wrestling. It's not that serious. Y'all have a great night, and I'll see you next time.